Hello. Good afternoon. I got my meditation buddy with me. She kind of blends in with the sofa, but peekaboo's down there. Good afternoon and happy, 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 happy Mother's Day. Oh, there, I woke her up. She doesn't hear too well. She probably thinks Gabby just walked back in. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my mamas. I said this last night, but I'm going to say it again. Happy Mother's Day to my grandmamas. Happy Mother's Day to my aunties, to my mother figures, to my pet mamas, to moms to be, to moms who want to be and are going to be. Just happy Mother's Day. Gabby asked me last night, she said, Mom, you answer this question wrong every year, so I'm going to try again. What time are you waking up? And I said, I think 7:30. I answer it wrong every time because I always end up waking up earlier. And she asked that because she's going to make me breakfast in bed. So actually, I slept until 8, which was like a Mother's Day gift in its own right. And I posted a picture on my Instagram. She made banana muffins, like from scratch. I swore she bought them from the coffee shop or something. They were so good. And fresh fruit. And she had drawn me some pictures from SpongeBob, is our like common love. And so she drew some animations from SpongeBob. Anyway, it's amazing how the older your kid gets, the even more impressive the gifts get, right? I love the macaroni necklace. Totally honest. But man, homemade banana muffins, man, that's where it's at. So it was lovely. And oddly kind of wonderful that we can't do too much outside of the house today, right? So it kind of compels a lot of us mamas to relax. And I'm actually going to, I mean, it's too gorgeous outside, so I'm going to go for a nice power walk after this, I think, out in the sun. So it is sweet and bittersweet, isn't it, that we are in our final day of I'm not going to lie, when I said, let's do a 14-day meditation challenge, part of me was like, can I do it? Because I meditate every day, but not necessarily every single day. And I thought, okay, this is going to make me really commit to doing 2 weeks solid. And I've been so touched by how many of you have kept it up the entire 2 weeks. And am also at the same time very encouraged by how many of you have been popping in throughout as well. So if you're joining us for the first time, or this is your second time or your fifth time, congratulations and thank you. And before we dive into our final meditation in this challenge, couple of things, a little bit of housekeeping. I will be posting later today the list of mantras that we shared throughout these 2 weeks. A couple of them were more like when we did the body scan meditation, that wasn't necessarily a mantra, but I'll just put the whole 2 weeks out so that if you want to repeat it yourself, you certainly can. Or maybe there were 1 or 2 that you really loved and you want to have that to revisit. And I am just going to reach forward every once in a while and scroll through my Facebook comments so I can see if there's anything apart from all of these wonderful Happy Mother's Day gifts. Thank you so much. Questions and comments that people will have. And again, I look at all of these after the fact. But Jan, for example, says, I will miss the meditation so much. It's been a true blessing. That is my other bit of housekeeping. We are not going to stop. My intention anyway is to do it more as it comes naturally for me. Obviously it's a bit of a schedule clearer to do it online every single day solid. So it won't necessarily be a full 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but please keep your eye on my Instagram and my Facebook pages, whichever is your favorite or both, because I will be either letting you know, hey, we're going to do one today, or if I feel a little bit more type A, I'll go ahead and plan some out. So we'll continue to do this together. I've had entirely too much fun with it to not continue sharing it with you. And but also Gabby has asked if we can do some more JC and Mini-Me live streams as well. So I'm going to make some room in our schedule for her and I to goof off in front of the cameras for you. So long story long, we will keep this up. It will just be a little bit more sporadic. And please let me know if you enjoyed it or what you liked best about it, so that I can kind of tailor this. This was truly just me going, hey, I'd really like to do this, but I want it to be a fulfilling experience for you. So anything that you can share, please don't hesitate to do so, as long as it is constructive and positive, because that's the vibe we're creating, right? So I think that was it. Schedules to be posted. Happy Mother's Day for sure. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. And, you know, I certainly have the option of making this a kind of Mother's Day centric meditation. And I encourage you, of course, at any time that you feel compelled to meditate in from a mindset or spirit set of compassion and love for somebody else. We made that one of our meditations in these 2 weeks. Please, by all means, do so. But what I would rather do for this, our final meditation of our 2-week challenge, is actually coming more from the angle of me as a mama. In other words, I try to think about, as a mom to my daughter, what would I want her to do for herself or to meditate for herself? And it kind of comes down to self-love. It comes down to, as a mom, and I think any of your moms, or as moms, you would want your children, you would want your friends, you would want anyone that you love to once and for all, and maybe for the first time in their entire lives, acknowledge themselves and give love to themselves. Now, this is a concept that I think a lot of people say, yeah, self-love. I'm all about that. I love me. But do we really embrace it? And I think, especially in America, where it's go, 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 do, succeed, you know, and certainly as parents, it's give, give, give. Do we necessarily really embrace that concept? Do we sit for a few moments and really acknowledge how awesome we are? Frankly. Like, do you ever really sit and think to yourself what you've accomplished? I mean, honestly, the fact that you have survived to the age that you are right now, that's an achievement, right? Because we're certainly faced with a lot of dangers and a lot of threats just as humans as we grow in age, right? So if you can acknowledge that, we start there. And then in your career, the fact that you get up and you work hard and you try to better yourself, the fact that you likely engage in physical exercise to try to improve your strength and stamina, the fact that you give out so much love to other people on a daily basis, that you check on your loved ones. If you're a parent, that you've raised children, guys, that is the hardest thing. She's not here right now. That's hard. And I only did it once. But you nurtured and you loved and you protected and you made sure that person wasn't sick. You made sure that they were emotionally well. Are you a pet parent? This isn't easy either. Keeping this thing alive and healthy, right? I love you. And throughout all of this, oh my gosh, what lands in our laps in the past few weeks? Certainly we didn't predict that. And look at everything that you've accomplished in these past few weeks. And if I were to sit here and poll everybody and their challenges that they faced, job hardships and financial hardships and emotional hardships, and honestly, even if you think you haven't had any of those, we go to bed at night and we worry about the world. And yet we wake up every morning and we keep going and we keep improving. I mean, the fact that we're waking up in the morning and brushing our teeth and sitting in front of this computer and meditating every day, that's an accomplishment. And I don't think enough of us are acknowledging that. We might say it to ourselves. And in this meditation, I encourage you to just say that to yourself, right? You don't go around bragging on yourself to everybody. But it's not bragging if just for a little while you surround yourself with love. You give that same compassion that we did in our loving kindness meditation to yourself. And it will feel unnatural, actually, for a lot of us at first, because it feels selfish. But selfishness is when you neglect other people. That's different than self-love. Self-love is when you pause and acknowledge what you've done and give gratitude to yourself and gratitude to whatever source it is that is giving you that strength and that energy. It can be a very spiritual experience to give yourself love. Because if you think about it, your higher power, your source, likely wants you to love yourself too. And so let's spend the next few minutes. I mean, especially if you've been doing this meditation for a while, what an achievement, right? Let's spend those few minutes in our meditation giving ourselves that credit and surrounding ourselves with love and imagining that eternal love surrounding us. Think of it as a warmth, a light, the same warmth and light that you were giving out to others in your compassion meditation. Let's give it to ourselves this time. And that compassion and that self-love, let's try to carry that with us every single day, especially in challenging times. And even if that's a bit of a challenge in this meditation, please know that I'm proud of you. And I encourage you to continue every single day, getting up, doing what you love, working hard for sure, but every once in a while, acknowledging that you've done a really good job. So let's come into our comfortable seat for our last time in this 2-week meditation. And by this time, maybe, especially if you've been doing a lot of that, our meditations, you probably know your favorite place to rest your hands, to have a seat. And just for a few moments, let's go into silence. Close your eyes. And let's inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And as our thoughts maybe stray or be distracted, let's remember to surround ourselves with love. I surround myself with love. And just like that, 2 weeks of meditation. Come on back. Open your eyes if it feels right. Bring back a little movement, hands and feet, shoulders. And congratulations. I hope you enjoyed it, but this will rank among some of my best experiences at QVC, right? It's interesting because I wasn't even in the studios, but here we are on my QVC pages, and it's been some of my favorite time that I've spent with you. Jody says, thank you for sharing your day. Jody, thank you for sharing your day with me. It's been a real pleasure. I will keep you posted, of course, for future meditations, and be on the lookout for my post with our mantras and topics. But always remember to give yourself acknowledgement for the work that you do, to give yourself some love, especially today on this Mother's Day. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. I will see you tomorrow evening on QVC2, 8 to 10 p.m., and I'll post the rest of my schedule on these pages as well. Namaste, my friends. It's been so fun.